Out front with me now, Democratic Congresswoman from Florida, Val Demings. She sits on the House Judiciary Committee. Congresswoman, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Kate, for having me.
So your reaction tonight to the president lashing out at the Attorney General and the Justice Department for pursuing these charges against these lawmakers, mad for what appears to be no other reason than that it could hurt him politically?
Well, you know, every time I think President Trump has topped himself, he outdoes himself. It looks like all of the king's men have either been indicted, pleaded guilty, or preparing to go to prison, and I think the president is feeling the heat. But this latest stunt, you know, I didn't think I would be able to commend or applaud Jeff Sessions for much, but I do at this point. He's doing his job. My colleagues in the House, Hunter and Collins, have been indicted because there is probable cause to indict them, and they did wrong. It has nothing to do with politics. I applaud the Attorney General for not allowing politics to play into that indictment. And the president just has, like I said, he has topped himself in this case.
Well, Congressman, you opposed Sessions' nomination. I mean, you signed on to a letter opposing his nomination, so you defending him tonight is a statement. I mean, the president's complaining in his tweet today that the charges against the Republican congressman came, is the way he puts it, just ahead of the midterms, is how he put it. If these were Democrats, would you have a problem with the timing?
Look, I served as a 27-year law enforcement officer, served as the chief of police. It is what it is. And there obviously is probable cause for these indictments. And whether Republican, Democrat, Independent, we should move forward. And you're absolutely right. I did not approve of Attorney Jeff Sessions' confirmation. But in this case, involving these two colleagues, he is the right thing, and I'm glad he is not surrendering to the pressure from the White House.
Well, we'll see how much longer he's there. Again, for the 100th time, we have to wonder aloud, does this mean that he will be firing Jeff Sessions anytime soon? It hasn't happened in the umpteenth times he's talked about him or slammed him before. I do want to ask you, though, about something else regarding Jeff Sessions. In a new court filing, former Trump campaign advisor George Papadopoulos, he's the guy who pleaded guilty in the special counsel's investigation to lying to the FBI. He claims both Sessions and Trump supported his proposal during the campaign that Trump should meet with Vladimir Putin. He put this in a court filing, his attorneys did, and he says then that directly contradicts what Jeff Sessions told your committee in a public hearing. Here is Jeff Sessions.
Yes or no? After the March 31st meeting, did you take any steps to prevent Trump campaign officials, advisors, or employees from further outreach to the Russians?
Mr. Nadler, let me just say it this way. I pushed back at that. You made statements that he did. In fact, at the meeting, I pushed back.
Congressman, do you think Jeff Sessions lied to you?
Well, obviously, based on his statement that he pushed back, he was obviously aware of it. And we'll just have to see. I mean, maybe we need to bring the Attorney General back in and do some additional questioning of him regarding this incident, because we are in search of the truth. We need to be in search of the truth. And the American people, as you know, the polling shows clearly that overwhelmingly the American people are in support of the special counsel, his investigation, and getting to the bottom of it. So maybe we just need to bring the Attorney General back in after this new information has come to surface.
Chances, though, with Republicans in control, you're going to get that?
We certainly can ask for it, and I know that Ranking Nadler certainly will make that request. I think we should make the request. I think we should make it public, and like I said, really appeal to the American people to have this done.
Congressman, I also want to ask you about the race for governor in your home state of Florida. The Democratic candidate, Andrew Gillum, he's Florida's first ever black nominee for governor. He was the target of a white nationalist robocall. His opponent, Republican Ron DeSantis, another one of your former colleagues, one of your colleagues, he denounced the call. But this also comes after DeSantis himself has been now coming under fire for saying this. Listen to this.
Let's build off the success we've had on Governor Scott. The last thing we need to do is to monkey this up by trying to embrace a socialist agenda.
DeSantis says that that comment had nothing to do with race. You've spoken out against what he said. Are you surprised that race has become an issue in this campaign for governor in Florida?
Kate, I really wish that I could say I was surprised. No, I am not surprised. The day after Mayor Gillum won the nomination, here we are dealing with race. I think that Ron DeSantis, who I do know, I served with him on the Judiciary Committee, if he was not aware that his choice of words were inappropriate, looking at the history of this country, the hurt, the pain that we have gone through slavery, segregation, discrimination, dehumanization in this country, he knew or he should have known. And the fact that he made the statements that he did just demonstrates to me that he is not ready for the position that he is seeking, the highest position in the state of Florida. I mean, enough is enough. Let's deal with the issues and leave race out of it.
Do you think Andrew Gillum should speak out more forcefully? I almost feel like you're speaking out more forcefully on this than he has.
Well, I think, you know, Mayor Gillum very well. He is more than qualified for the position, the office that he seeks. I think Andrew is doing right now what he's always done, and that's to be focused on the issues that the state of Florida, the people in the state of Florida care about. He's not being distracted. He's staying focused. But believe me, there are enough of us, black and white and others, who are speaking out against this racist comment that was made by Andrew's opponent. And we will continue to do so until we can get race, if we ever can do that, out of the middle of politics in Florida.
Congresswoman, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.